Okay, I'm gonna do another video today because after picking up my daughters from preschool, I'm watching videos on YouTube, something I like to do. And I'm watching these sovereign citizen videos, which I think are hysterical. Let me explain something to you people. These, what I call back alley lawyers, it's people that think they know the law. They think they know what the cops are and aren't allowed to do. Why argue with a cop when you've seen time and time again that these cops, if they feel they're in the right, they don't care if you're recording, they don't care if you're audio recording, they're going to do what they need to do to get you out of the vehicle and arrest you and do what they feel is doing their job. If you feel that the police are violating your rights, are doing something illegal, rather than fight with them and argue, why not just comply and then file a lawsuit later when you're not in any danger of that cop thinking that you've become a threat and shooting you? I don't understand that. Wow. Some of these people are just ridiculous. And then when they have the actual law laid out for them by the cop, they actually explain what certain U.S. penal codes say to give the cops the rights to do some of the things they do, like border patrol, setting up immigration checkpoints, state police and county police setting up DUI checkpoints. While under certain circumstances, yes, that is a violation of your Fourth Amendment right, but to a point, depending on the state law and the state constitution, because every state has its own type of constitution. It falls underneath the federal constitution. You still have to obey those laws. And once again, if you feel the cops are doing something wrong, comply for your own safety and your own well-being, and then file a lawsuit or a complaint against them with their superiors or with the district attorney, somebody. But do not argue with the person that has a gun, that has the ability to take your life if they feel that you are becoming a threat. And when you don't comply with officers, that makes them think that you have something to hide. So why not just comply and move on? If you feel that you've been wronged, if you feel that your rights and civil liberties have been violated, once again, comply, then take action. Do not resist the cops. We've all seen what happens. Since 2014, there have been nothing but videos of these people going up on YouTube of them trying to be pocket lawyers or back alley lawyers, hold on baby, against the cops. And they lose. Maybe not in court, but they get their asses handed to them, or they get shot or tased. Now, I'm not saying the cops are in the right to do this, but at the same time, you gotta understand from a cop's outlook. If he stops you because you got a damn tail light out and you refuse to give him your license and registration because you're a free inhabitant and you don't have to follow our laws, which one woman said, huh? If you're in the United States, unless you have diplomatic immunity, you have to follow every law an American citizen has to follow. I don't care if you're here from the Middle East, Europe, Asia, it doesn't matter. If you are in any country, you have to follow their laws. If you don't, the cops are going to arrest you. You are going to jail. I don't know how it is dealing with cops in other countries. I haven't had to deal with that. I only know dealing with cops here. But I know for a fact that every time I've ever been pulled over, I've been compliant, I've been respectful. Guess what? One time I just got a warning ticket. The second time I got a speeding ticket. I paid my fines. I was respectful to the officer. I didn't argue with the officer. In fact, I had a couple knives on me. Let the officer know when he walked up. Hey, I've got a knife on me. I'm not sure if that makes a difference, but it is in my right hip pocket. There was no deal. I gave him my license, proof of insurance, registration. He ran everything, came back, said, hey, you were speeding, you were doing this much in this zone. Here's your ticket. This is your court date. You can either choose to pay it and not have to go to court, or you can go to court and fight it. That's your choice. He was respectful to me, I was respectful to him. There was no altercation. But when you people want to resist and backtalk cops, that makes them think that there's something more going on with you, that they now have to get more aggressive with the way they handle you. And anything that happens after that point is on you. I'm sorry, it is. If you are going to resist and impede an officer's investigation, especially if it's something as simple as a speeding ticket, and the cop whoops your ass because you resist, I think you kind of had it coming. It's just my opinion. So, you know, people, come on. Just play it smart. Comply with the officers. File your complaint and or lawsuit when you are not in danger of that officer who has complete control of the situation hurting you or damaging your property, because I've seen plenty of videos where people won't roll down their windows and talk to the cops, and the cops bust out the damn windows and pull them out of the car. You don't want that to happen. Windows are expensive in cars. You don't want to get pulled out of a car, especially if you got your kids in the back, like I do right now. My 2 kids are in the back playing. I don't want to get arrested in front of my kids. I don't want to be making an ass of myself to a cop to the point where he feels that he needs to get physical with me in front of my kids. I'd rather just comply and then take the appropriate steps to see if I felt my rights were violated, to see that officer punished or at least corrected. So just comply and file complaints and lawsuits when you are in a safe, secure location where that officer does not have sole control over the situation. It's that simple, people. Use your heads.